Hey, happy holidays, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. Today is the 24th of December. So, for some of you guys, it actually is Christmas Day today. So, Merry Christmas to you. For everybody else, Happy Christmas Eve to you. Or, if you happen to be catching this on the 25th of December, then hey, Merry Christmas to you too. But, 'tis the season, so I like to make sure we spread a little bit of good spirits around this part, especially around this time of the year. But today's video is going to be more of a chill video today. This is my occasional discussion video that I like to do. So what that means, put me in the background, just hear me out. If you're driving your car, if you're playing your game, you need background noise real quick, especially if you're a fan of Punishing Gray Raven. I'm going to be talking about this game. I've been playing this for about 2 years now as a global player, so sharing that from my perspective. Going to be talking about just the game future and what's been going on for it. And then also just any controversies that's been surrounding this game just going so far. But ooh man, 3 years going strong that the PGR team has been going. Shout out to Kuro or Kuro Dev team, however they go. Don't forget, for those of you that don't know, this game first came out in 2019 for the CN version, 2020 for a Japan release, and then for the global launch was in 2021 of July. So it's been about 3 years that the PGR team has been going strong. And it feels like every time the conversation about good mobile games comes up, it's kind of like you have to remind people about PGR. You know, it's kind of like you gotta remind people. But hey, PGR doesn't come without its clout. Don't forget, last year in 2021, the PGR team, they won the best mobile games for Player's Choice. I think the award ceremony was called Tap Tap Awards. And they recently won just being the best mobile game from the People's Choice, so shout out to them for that. And then also recently, Lazy Peon, the godfather by the way of first impressions, he did a video just about his impressions on PGR, so it's kind of like you made it if Lazy Peon does a video about you, right? And then also, they recently announced that they're working on a PC version of it. So a lot of good things going on, for PGR. My impressions of the game so far is still the same from back then when I did a video just talking about giving the game its flowers. I still have the same sentiments. It's been tweaked a little bit. There's some things now that I've matured about the game that I would definitely like to see change and such too, which we will talk about. But this free-to-play game, by the way, I have never felt this game pressure me into pulling out my wallet. This game has a good story going on. I still feel like I can get everything just by playing the game as it is and such. I am not mad at anybody who, it's to the point I'm not mad at anybody who comes to me and be like, oh yeah, I wail a little bit on PGR, you know. I'm be like, yo, that's dope. Because this game, they deserve everything. They have been releasing nothing but just straight quality. And that is something that I will always just give this game its flowers for. One of the next topics I wanted to talk about was that the game's difficulty. I feel like it's been a topic that's been re-emerging itself every now and then. And when people say like, oh yeah, this game is difficult, you know, that's the reason why they don't play it or they stop playing it. Yeah, I can see what they mean, right? Like this game, it can be difficult at times. Last update, I did the Babel Tower, or Babel, however you say it. I did that tower for the first time. Once I got my final black card reward, and they was like, oh yeah, you can also get some trophy rewards if you want to get further points into that system. I said, fuck that. I said, this game had me mauding. I said it. This game is crazy hard when it comes to that Babel Tower mode. However, I feel like there's a big misconception about Punishing Gray Raven being a difficult game or being a hard game. I feel like, once again, I've been playing this game since day one, so every time they added a new system or mechanic, of course I'm gonna keep up with it because I played the vanilla base version of it. But I feel like this game is not that hard to understand and it's not that hard to get into. This game really does not require a lot of your time at all. If you were to spend about a good week or two just like learning about the system mechanics, learning about the archetype of characters, the equipment that you need and what those represent as far as like set bonuses and such like that, right? This game is really not that hard. And yeah, of course it comes with the precision, being a precision based game. So meaning that it is more of a skill level game as far as like maneuvering yourself around, pinging the orb system, and then also dodging to use the matrix system. So there is some skill level to that, but if we're talking about just this game being difficult, this game being a very try hard game, right? Imagine this. Usually when an update comes out, there'll be like 7 different pieces of content that surrounds that update. 2 of those game modes, it would be a little challenging. You gotta sit up in your chair a little bit, be like, okay, it's gonna have me trying a bit. But then there'll be one other game mode where it's like, you gotta be godlike, like what the fuck? But the rest of that content, the rest of that forward content is very, very casual. So, and that's what I don't get when people is like, this game is really hard, because if you were to do just the story, you get black card rewards from that. If you do your dailies and weeklies, you get black card rewards from that. And then if you do the majority of the casual content that comes with the update and get rewards from that, you can at least get at least 2 10 pulls per update, which is very, very fair enough. And this game is very, very friendly when it comes to its pulling or its quote unquote gotcha system, right? Shout out to the car. But this game is really, really friendly when it comes to its gotcha system. So I feel like there's a big misconception around that, because for me, like I said, I did the Babel Tower for the first time on the last update, and I've been playing this game since day one. I chose to do that content, that harder challenge of a mode, because I feel like, you know what? I'm at end game, my characters are kind of strong, I kind of got a sense of the game. Let me try out this content, right? And I tried it out. Hey, sometimes I made it, hey, sometimes I got my ass handed to me. But it was that organic progression of just being a player of the game. And because of it, I was able to get extra rewards from it, or I might have even improved as a player. Or it might have been like, you know what, I probably need to go back into the lab, or probably need to level up my team or change out my equipment and such like that. I don't feel like this game is extremely hard as people is making it out to be. I definitely do think it is challenging to an extent, but hey, maybe to some people that's just already doing too much, right? I don't know how the other mobile games, how they do it. I'm not sure what the other mobile games do, if you have to just like drag and point and click and that's it. So maybe PGR to some people is doing too much, that you got to put a little bit more work into it and such too. But it is what it is. I think it is us as a PGR community, it's our responsibility to where people are like, I tried the game, but it's too hard for me. It's on us not to be some assholes and like be like, you scrub, it's a skill issue. Like, nah, just be like, you know what? I respect that the game is a little hard. I could recommend some YouTubers and guys that can probably help you out, but other than that, it's all good. However, it is also the responsibility of those who try this game out and they be like, you know what? I can't do it. This game is not for me. Just say that the game is not for you. And that's okay, because though this game does have like its little recognition and niche audience a little bit and such, you can't take away just how much quality is put into this game. Just something I've seen as far as like the topic of like the game difficulty too. And I guess just talking about the community already. Oh man, the community's tight. Not everybody, but majority of the time, whenever I like talk to people or wave at folks or participate in some forum that I see, the PGR community on a global side have been really enjoyable so far. There's a lot of helpful folks out there who are more than willing to like give me some advice and such like that too. And then, every now and then I look at a little meme right now. I look at little degenerates going on and such too. And nah, I'm just joking. But now I feel like I've been really enjoying myself. The community is welcome. And there's a lot of very, very dope artists and content creators on all sides. So that's why I feel so much to say that this game needs to be given its flowers and such, because of just the type of game that it is and the community that surrounds it. You're always going to have your bad apples, especially if you're like a known figure. You're definitely going to get some people who's preying on your downfall and such like that too. But it's always up to you to manage that, to make sure that that's not the majority of your audience. Then also it's up to the rest of us as a community to call out like, yo, quit being an asshole too. If you know type of shit, right? So I guess to talk about the next topic is the game's future, right? And what's been going on. Like I said before, being on the global side, I choose not to look up any info about the game from the CN version or just upcoming content and such like that too. I got like 2 videos that basically of me talking about this, so if you're curious about that, go check out these 2 videos. They are very entertaining videos and dope content. But basically, it's just my way of how I keep the game fresh and fun, and then also I don't feel burned out at all. But I guess to reflect a little as far as like cons that I have so far about this game, PGR Dev, if anybody watching this, please, I beg of you, whenever you're reading the description of a character and you're going through their whole skill set, move list, or whatever, can we please have an option to change that bright orange color to a more darker palette? I cannot stand that. Every time I'm trying to, so for instance, I play on my phone. I know some people, they play on the emulator and use a PC so they can see a little bit more bigger scaling. But on my phone, I try to like look at that bright, I try to like read the words and it's already small as it is. And then that bright orange comes, it just like stabs me in the eyes. I'm like, that hurts. Can we please just have a different color swap or a darker palette to switch it to? That would be a really dope quality of life feature, at least for me, reading when it comes to it. Speaking of reading, this game, and this game is going to make you read. This game is for sure going to make you read. It's not a lot, and it's a good story too, so it's going to go by. But man, sometimes there'll be moments where it's like five like dialogue pages of like, oh, this bird flew into the sky and dropped his egg into a tree, and then a deer came out, and then the deer just started whistling at this wolf, and then the wolf just started playing with his kids as they run away into the sunset and such. And then as you're viewing that, you just feel serene and shit. And it's like, man, what the fuck? Let's get to the point already. Just skip. I try not to skip all the time because I really try to get into the moment. And then plus, it's still painting the picture. But sometimes it does feel like it's been dragging a little bit more, especially now that we're getting into the, I guess, more of the CN and Japan version. For those of you that don't know, by the way, little fun fact, whenever the global release of PGR came out to the United States, or just the global side, they was on the, what was the Vera update? I forgot what the Vera update was called, but that Vera update that we just went through, that was the update that the CN version was on. And now we're kind of catching up, or at least catching up where they left off to such, because I remember when the global side released, they was hyping up whatever version they had going on over there. So basically, the story's about to turn up. We're about to get a lot more mechanics added into the game and such too. But yeah, just cutscenes. I really do want them to include more cutscenes, and they do. There is cutscenes in this game, but sometimes I feel like they can add a little bit more in there. Better reward incentives when it comes to like the community's contribution or participation in an event, right? So sometimes the PGR Discord, they hold contests for stuff too, for the community to be in. And when I look at the rewards, it'll be like, we'll give you 500 black cards and a piece of gum. And it's like, come on, man, can we have better reward incentives? I know sometimes they send out merchandise for some folks, and maybe they have done that too, but I remember that being like a big deal last year, and I think I seen it recently from the community contest they did, and I was like, read the rewards, and I was like, man, that shit sucks. But I really do want to give them the benefit of the doubt, because not every devs do participate with the community like that. So I do appreciate them just being a part with us. Down on my list of cons to have, but this will be a longer video than it is already. So if you want to hear more of my thoughts, keep up with me by following my Twitter at DrET_Ringz. I believe I'll put it on a video to list it. There you can keep up with me. I give more of my updates and just thoughts when it comes to just anything PGR related, or just just posting funny stuff or memes or whatnot too. So you can hear more about that too. And I guess the last thing to say is, what can we do as a community to help the game grow? And really, I feel like the best solution right now is just continue playing the game, and then also support the content creators around this game. And I'm not just talking about YouTubers or just streamers, right? I'm talking about artists. I'm talking about people who do 3D modeling and rendering and making funny videos, or just content videos regarding that and such too. There's a lot of dope artists out there who really put in a lot of dope concepts for PGR too. And then even for the YouTubers and streamers too. But there's a lot of different types of content creators out there. There's some who they do guide videos and such for you. There's folks that do compilations of very hard content, or folks who are godlike and they will more than happily like showcase their skill levels, or just to show you how to beat a certain content. Or you got folks like me. I make chill videos to where it's just entertaining. I take it from a casual to sometimes to a hardcore perspective and such, and just relax and just enjoy my time. So that's about wraps it up. I'm starting to notice I'm struggling a little bit talking now, but really do appreciate all you guys who've been supporting the channel heavy. I've been rolling out some content that I hope be entertaining to you guys, and I've been getting a lot of reception from it. And so I just wanted to do this video today just to showcase, show some love to the community. It's about that time, that end of the year. So we're about to go into a whole new year, right? And so I look forward to it. But other than that, I'm done talking to y'all. Once again, happy holidays to everybody. Enjoy y'all Christmas Eve or y'all Christmas Day. And hopefully I get this out on time for everybody, just to have the PGR community get some vibes or whatnot. But y'all take care and take it easy. Peace.